Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वः पदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपतिकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावधूतं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवै गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna everyone. Happy Ekadashi. So how many of you are here for the first time? That's it. So everyone is here. And okay, so we have two hands up, right? So you are coming to ISKCON for the very first time, right? Or have you been?
Today it's a first time.
ISKCON Dublin or any part of ISKCON?
I went to usually to ISKCON temple, but the bhajana and all I didn't.
Okay, so this is the first time you're coming to Dublin Temple. But you're aware of a bit of philosophy of ISKCON. What is ISKCON about? Or
It's about Krishna.
It's about Krishna, yes. And do you know about Ekadashi, everyone here?
Yes.
You know? So twice a month, there are 2 days from 15 days from the waxing and the waning of the moon, where we are supposed to observe Ekadashi, the 11th day. And so today is such a day where we abstain from eating grains. And then there are two reasons basically. One is spiritual point of view. It's that you take more vow and you do more sadhana, connect with God, take time out from your busy life and try to connect with God twice a month at least. And from a material point of view, it detoxifies your body. So these are the two reasons. Two of many reasons, sorry. Now today, the topic that I'm going to take is for the advanced devotees, but yeah, it's for everyone, and it's going to help us with our bhakti actually. So it is like a systematic progression to our bhakti life. So in our last class actually, when we tried to understand who Panchatattva, you see the beautiful deities in front of you. So who Panchatattva is, and we discussed about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that his mission is to go out, reach out to the wandering souls and bring them back and get them rid of all their miseries of their life. So this is the mission. Now for that, the devotees of our movement, they go out. You would have seen devotees going outside and doing Harinam Sankirtan on the streets. Then you would have seen devotees going door to door, knocking at the doors and selling books, so that the new devotees or the new people, they can get access to these literatures and they can understand what life is all about. So today I think I'll just take a very short class and I'll give more room for question and answer. If anyone has any question, they can shoot and then I'll try as per best of my capacity to answer that question. I have just jotted down some points so that it becomes easier for me. Now, let's begin the class, and the class would be mostly based on the sadhana that we do in the morning. So if we see this Krishna consciousness movement, it is a very fun-filled movement. You sing, you dance, you eat. This is what the movement is about, right? And at the same time, you connect with God. But understand that in order to achieve anything, we have to do some sort of sacrifice. For instance, you see all the rich fellow, the millionaires, the billionaire, they have worked really hard in their college days. That's why they reached where they are today. So sacrifice is important. When I say sacrifice, sacrifice of your sleep, sacrifice of your entertainment, and then you invest that time for something that's more meaningful, right? And if you see the great personalities, whether spiritually or materially, their day starts early in the morning, isn't it? From 3 o'clock to 5, 6. No millionaire or billionaire would be rising after 6 o'clock, right? If you see their biography. So that goes well with the spiritual life as well, waking up in the morning. Now, before that, many of us has tried, including myself, and we failed miserably. I have been with the movement for around 15 years. And the first 10 years I've tried and I failed miserably to wake up in the morning. It was so difficult. You wake up for 3 days, the fourth day again going back to waking up at 10 o'clock. Or maybe 11 or maybe 12. I'm not even embarrassed to say that. So it took me more than 10 plus years to understand. But at the same time, somewhere around the line, I would think that when I was working with my company, then they would put me in shifts. Sometimes I had to do the Asia Pacific shift. So I had to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning and had to reach office by 6 a.m. Sometimes they would put me in the London EMEA shift. So then I used to wake up around 9 a.m. in the morning and reach office by 11 a.m. And they also put me in the night shift, America shift. So I had to reach office at 10 p.m. in the night and leave my work 5 a.m. in the morning. And I did all of that. Why? Money, right? Because I was getting something. And let's say if any one of you, if Prabhuji over here, he does not like to wake up in the morning. But if you had to go back to your home and you got a flight ticket for, let's say, 1,000 euros, and the flight is at 5 a.m. in the morning, so wouldn't you wake up at 3 a.m. to reach, right? You wouldn't sleep, or you would wake up early, right? Why? Because there is this urgency. You understand the importance of 1,000 euros, that if you miss the flight, 1,000 euros gone, isn't it? So that's the importance, and that compels us to have that discipline in our life, that for one day I'm going to wake up to catch my flight. For the next 2 months, I have been assigned this shift in my work, so I have to wake up at that time. Why? Because I know the importance, else they are going to just sack me from my job. Similarly, until we understand the importance of this human body, we won't be able to wake up in the morning. Because as per the scriptures, it is said that after millions and millions of birth, one who is very fortunate gets this human body. It's extremely rare, and then there is no guarantee that in the next life you are going to get human body, right? So for the new people who have just joined, I'll take 2 minutes to explain this, that there are various topics in Bhagavad Gita, and the first topic is the science of soul, that we are not this body, we are soul. And out of so many logical explanation, a simple explanation is that if there are 100 babies born in a hospital on a particular day, right? So not all 100 of them would be good at mathematics. Not all 100 of them would be good at swimming, or not all of them could be good musician. Someone would be good, someone would be terrible at music, singing, right? What determines that? When if you say YOLO, you only live once. So what is the factor that distinguishes a bad singer from a good one? If you say it's genetic, so it's not that all the successful football players, their children are good football players. Is it the truth? It is not the fact, right? They may be terrible at playing football, so it's not the genetics, right? So this is what Gita teaches us. So it's a broad topic, but because we have to come back to the topic, I'm just giving you a gist that it's the soul that transmigrates from body to body to body, life after life. And there is no guarantee that we are going to get this human form of body. And only in this human form will we be able to understand the scripture. If in the audience there was a crow, there was a dog, there was an elephant sitting, they wouldn't be able to understand the words I'm speaking, isn't it? It's just the humans, those who can understand. So that's the rarity, that's how special a gift is this human body. And to get this human body, in the Shastra it is said, if you get this human body, and if you just do the 4 things, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, if you just do these 4 things, then what good it is than an animal body. The animals are also doing the same thing. They are eating, they are sleeping, they reproduce, and they defend themselves, being financial security, working in a company, planning your future, mortgage, and all those stuff. So human and animals are doing the same thing, but what makes human a human? That is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. When we inquire about ourselves, who we are, what's going on, and what is the purpose of my life and how to fulfill that, that is called Athato Brahma Jigyasa, and this is where the human form of life begins. That is where we are differentiating ourselves from an animal that is developed intelligence, right? And to be coming to this body and then just wasting our life in earning money, taking care of our family, and not doing anything for our soul, our spiritual awakening. So it's a waste of our life, right? So once we have understood this, now coming back to the point that in order to achieve anything, great things take great sacrifice, right? Unless we sacrifice, we are not going to achieve anything in our life. Anyone, right? And that is the first thing. And the second thing is love. For instance, when a baby cries 2 a.m. at the night, the mother cannot say, let it just cry, I will take care in the morning. No. The mother wakes up, if the child is hungry, the mother feeds the baby, isn't it? If someone is sick 3 a.m. in the morning, you will rush them to the hospital. Why? Because you care for them. Similarly, when we care for this body enough, when we care for our spiritual awakening, we will understand the urgency of waking up in the morning, right? So this is when I understood this point, that helped me to wake up in the morning, to attend my sadhana that we are going to discuss in some time. Second thing, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham, meaning that as you approach me, I reward accordingly. What does that mean? It means that when we wake up in the morning, and the first thing is that we glorify Krishna, we are making a bold statement that Krishna, you are the priority of my life. So in the 24 hours, I am making a bold statement that you are the topmost priority of the day. So when we have this priority for Krishna, Krishna keeps us as a priority. That is the meaning of this verse 4:11 Bhagavad Gita. You can note down. Ye yatham mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. Second thing, that we make this statement. Now, moving ahead. Third thing is that we have so much baggage of karma, as we discussed before our kirtan, that all of us, we have so much problems, isn't it? Life is going so cool, everything is good. You are enjoying football match on a television with popcorn and everything. And all of a sudden, a call comes, and then your life turns upside down for no reason. Some loved one might have died, or the market might have crashed, and all your stocks gone to vain. There could have been so many problems, or your country might be in a war all of a sudden. You didn't do anything, but you have to suffer that, right? So we all have baggage of karma. Now what to do? And if we go by the plans, it's going to take us millions of years to reach back to Krishna. So mind it, even if we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and we are following everything, but still, because our baggage is so much that it is going to take us God knows how many lifetimes to get rid of all the sins and go back. So is there a fast track? There is one. And we are going to discuss that today in our session. That is a offering, a prayer written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And that is called Guru Ashtakam. Every day in the morning, we wake up. Every temple of ISKCON, everyone wakes up at 4 o'clock. And 4:30 sharp, there is Aarti that goes on, that is called Guru Ashtakam. We sing Sansare Dava Nadalira Loka. Prabhupada said this, and also the author Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he mentions that if you have to go back to Godhead in one lifetime, this Sansar Davan, singing in Brahma Muhurat, is the only fast track. So Prabhu, if you can share Guru Ashtakam from ISKCON Desiratory or either of you in our WhatsApp group, official group.
Yeah.
Please share it now so that everyone can read for themselves, right? I'm going to recite that verse. It says, Srimad Guru Ashtakam etat uchchay Brahma Muhurt patati pratyanat tena vrindavananath sakshat labhe janeshu anta eva. It means that whoever wakes up in Brahma Muhurt means 1.5 hours before sunrise every day. So one who wakes up at that time and tries to sing this Guru Ashtakam that we are going to discuss is guaranteed that by the end of that very lifetime, Krishna will come himself to take you back to Godhead. This is the guarantee given by our Acharya, that is Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and this is the guarantee given by Prabhupada. It's a very, very serious statement and the most merciful statement ever. Because if we don't do this, we are chanting, we are following everything, still we might need lifetimes after lifetime to go back to Krishna. So that is how urgent, that is how important waking up in the morning and chanting this Sansara Davan or Guru Ashtakam is. This is the importance. Now with that, have you shared in the group?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you are in the official WhatsApp group of ISKCON Dublin, Prabhuji has just shared a link. So we are going to discuss that just in short 10 minutes, and then we will open for question and answer. Okay? So that is called Mangal Aarti, and the official title is called Guru Ashtakam. So do we have open for everyone? It's Samsara Dava Nagalida Loka. Let me know, and then so we have it open, right? So this is the prayer that we sing every day in the morning, the 8 verses called Guru Ashtakam. And to understand, so for the new, this is a bit high topic, but we have to discuss because the people who are already following everything, it's for you, so that you are very steady in bhakti and then you progress in your bhakti and never miss a Mangal Aarti, and this is why. So, to understand any scripture, there are three things. The first is sambandh, the relationship. The second is abhidhay, and the third is prayojan. Sambandh is the relationship between you and the scripture that you are reading. What is the relationship? Abhidhay is how you achieve your goal, and prayojan is what happens, what is the result, what is your goal, right? Now the first verse, it says, Samsara davana lila loka pranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam praptasya kalyana gunana vasya vande guru shri charanarvindam. So we wake up every day in the morning and we glorify Guru in front of Krishna. Why? Because Guru is very dear to Krishna. The first verse tells us the sambandh gyan. Sambandh is relationship. Two relationships. First, our relationship with the universe. And second, our relationship with Guru, our spiritual master. So the first line is Samsara dava nalalira loka tranaya karune ghana ghanaka. What does it mean? It means that this world, universe that we are living in, is like a forest fire. What do you mean by forest fire? It means that the fire catches out of no reason. There is no reason for a forest fire. The fire just catches and you don't know why, how. This is our life. The miseries come, we don't know why, how. Like I said, everything is good. We are going on a vacation. We are about to see the final match with popcorn and cold drinks and everything. We are sitting on the couch. And all of a sudden, something comes and everything goes upside down. So this is the reality of this material world. And this is the first line that we sing every day to understand that this is the reality. Don't get too comfortable in this world, because in the end you are going to be betrayed. Don't take it as a negative, take it as a very constructive statement, because this is the reality. Even if you say that I have all the money, I have all the comfort, my health is good, you are going to die. Isn't it? Isn't that a problem? You dying, us dying, your parents dying, your loved ones dying. Isn't that a problem? All of a sudden, someone getting cancer, someone getting some disease, a war striking between two countries and innocent people dying. How do you explain that? So this is the reality of the world, no one can escape. The manufacturer of the world has given a stamp saying this world is dukhale ashashvatam, full of miseries. This world is full of miseries. No matter how hard you try, you can never be happy. And even if you think that you are happy, that is just a temporary happiness. Again, this is not a negative statement, this is just mere fact. So that is the first relation between this material world and us. And the second line, the third and the fourth, Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam, is the relation between Guru and us. What is the qualification of a Guru? Who is a Guru? A Guru is someone, when there is a forest fire, the only remedy is rain from the clouds. You cannot go with your tank full of water and try to extinguish the fire. No, that's not going to work on a forest. It has to rain. So similarly, when the miseries come on our life, and we just try to fix it with something temporary, with money, women, men, liquor, cigarettes, or whatever it is, that's not going to give us everlasting peace. That's like taking a small bucket of water and trying to mitigate the forest fire. Only if it rains. So only if we get a bona fide spiritual master in our life, that spiritual master or Guru has the potency to power the water and extinguish the forest fire of our life. So this is the first verse. Every day we have to get reminded of this fact. Second, third, fourth verse is the Abhidhay, that the Guru teaches us what you have to do in order to achieve your goal. What is the end goal? The end goal should be clear first. When you step into any organization or when you step into a college, let's say you are going to a medical college, the end goal is clear. You have to become a doctor, isn't it? When you go to an engineering college, the end goal is clear. You have to become an engineer. Now, the 4 years or the 5 years that you are into the college, that is abhiday, how you achieve that. Okay? So, second, third, and fourth verse. In the second verse, Guru teaches us Mahaprabhu Kirtane Nritya Gita, how we should understand the bhav of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he dances. Whenever he used to call out Hari or take the name of Krishna, his hair would stand on the end, and he had this goosebumps and he had all the bhav, ecstasy, that separation from Krishna and that love invoked in his heart. So Guru is teaching us exactly how we can attain that stage. So that is the second verse. The third verse is teaching us that how in the temple, how we should go and Shri Vigrahara Dhanantyanana. It means that when we are in the temple, you see this Vigraha, the deities. So how we have to take care of those deities, how we have to do deity worship, and with love and devotion take care of them every single day. So that is the third thing that our Guru teaches us. And the fourth thing that he teaches us is Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasadam. That how in association of the devotees, we can come and we can relish the 4 types of food and how we can relish the 4 rasas. So if we just get past the Shant rasa, there are 4 types of relation between us and Krishna. That is out of love, parental affection, Sakhya, that is friendship, and Dasya, servitor. So how to relish that? So he teaches there. And then 5th and 6th is Madhurya Ras, and that is the Prayojan. What is the end result? The end result is that we get the bhakti of Radha and Krishna. Shri Radhika Madhavayor Apara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam. So he's teaching that how every time, every shana, pratik shana, swadana lolupasya, Vande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam, that every passing second, how we can relish this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, because we don't have taste yet, we are not able to understand how beautiful or how relishable this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is. But if we get a Guru, and if we listen to the instructions and follow the instructions of a Guru, it is guaranteed that we will be able to understand the mysteries of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we wouldn't be otherwise. For instance, if he eats gulab jamun, a sweet, Indian sweet, only he can tell how it tastes, isn't it? So unless we have tasted, how can we know? But a Guru can help us taste that gulab jamun, that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And when we do, every time, every moment, we will be able to relish the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna. And the 6th verse is Nikunja Yono Rati Keli Siddhar. Again, that you will enter the pastimes of Nikunj, the Kunj, that is the groves of Vrindavan. And then you will be able to see and relish that relationship between Krishna, Radharani, and us. And then the last 2 verses is how we should behave with a Guru, because that is also really important. The 7th verse is Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastrayat Uktastita Bhavyata Eva Satpi Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. What does that mean? That as per all the scriptures, Guru is Hari. He is Sakshat Bhagwan. He is God. He is the Shaktya Vesh avatar of Krishna. And we have to treat our Guru just as we would treat Krishna or God. And the last verse, the final verse, it says, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasada na gati kutopi. Dayam stumam tasya yasashtri sandhyam vande guru shri charanaravindam. Meaning, if let's say God is angry with us for some reason, it's fine, because we have Guru to save us. But if Guru is angry with us, na gati kutopi, then there is no way, even Krishna can't do anything. This is how important a Guru in our life is. So once we take, everyone must aspire to take a guru. Brahmand Brahmite kono bhagyavan jeev. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. It means that after wandering through millions and millions of universes and parallel universes, finally someone who is very fortunate gets the mercy of Krishna. And the first gift that God gives us, how do we know Krishna is happy with us? When we get a guru. That is the first gift that Krishna gives us. And until we get that gift, we have to annoy Krishna. We have to disturb him, keep on poking him that I need a guru. It is your responsibility, you make me meet my guru. And when he becomes happy, the first thing he's going to do is, he will give you a guru. And through guru, then you are going to finally meet Krishna forever. So this is very, very important, the last verse. So this is the 8 verses that we wake up every day in the morning. And why we do that? Because at the end of the life, it is said that success is no shortcut, but this is the only shortcut in our spiritual life. We have to go back. Our aim is to go back to Golok Vrindavan Dham. The syllabus is in front of us. The paper is out. We know the answer. All we need to do is just cheat. And what is that? Wake up in the morning every day. We are actually cheating all our karma by waking up in the morning. And one lifetime we go back. It is words of Prabhupada, not mine. So there is no way it can be false. So those of you who are already doing Mangal Aarti, congratulations, keep on doing that. And those who are aspiring, like I really tried, 10 years, I struggled. 4 days, 5 days stops, 6th day I would again go back to sleep. It was extremely difficult. And that is why we have association of devotees. When we have association, 10 devotees calling you every day in the morning, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is how actually I came into Krishna consciousness. Out of being annoyed. Because I used to get a call every day. Did you chant today? Did you chant today? I did not. But I felt very bad to say no. I did not. And one day I was so angry that I will chant. Because I was annoyed. And I chanted and I said, yes, I chanted today. Again the next day the call came. Did you chant today? Again I was annoyed. So out of that annoyment I just chanted. I was annoyed, so I chanted, and today I am grateful to that devotee. He saved my life. I am happy being annoyed. I am happy that I was angry at that time and I took some action. So similarly, there are devotees here who call each other. And few people might be annoyed, but still, that is going to be the savior of your life. It's like a jackpot getting those devotees in your life. And we have associations, so please take access and please take this as a gift and avail this opportunity and try to attend Mangal Aarti. So I'm going to stop here because I want this session to be more interactive and Q&A. So let me know if there's any question around this or any other topic. No question. Everyone understood everything? Okay, so let me ask before you. How many of us attend Mangal Aarti? Okay, few hands. How many of us aspire to attend Mangal Aarti? Yeah, so what's next? What can we do to help you? The people who are aspiring, what can we do to help you? Can we call you in the morning?
Yes.
Do we have the GDPR approval? Yes, bro.
There's 6 imperative things we have to do. Chant, follow the 4 religious principles, which is 5, and attend Mangal Aarti. If we don't do that 6, then we'll be stuck. We will expand on that.
Right. So understand it this way, that let's say I am an immigrant, I came from a different country to Ireland. I have my passport. So I got the passport, that means that somewhere in the future, using that passport, I can travel to a different country. Without passport, I cannot. But I will only enter Ireland if I have the Irish visa stamped by the government of Ireland, right? So, when we come to the temple, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. The first time when we chant this, it is said in the scriptures, Lord Brahma prepares an Aarti Thali for us. And he keeps it for the day our visa is going to be stamped. It is true, it is from scriptures, I am not saying this. The first time that we say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, our passport is ready. That day itself. So the doors are about to be open. But until I get the visa, I cannot fly. Because at the airport they are going to check. Isn't it? So that visa is Mangalarti. Going to Godhead is sure if we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds every day, following 4 regulative principles. What are the 4 regulative principles? No meat eating, no intoxication, no relationship outside marriage, and no gambling. These are the 4 regulative principles that we have to follow. 16 rounds of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra following Ekadashi. Doing this guarantees that we will go, but the time is not fixed. It might take us 3 lifetimes, 10, 100 or million, depending on how much dedicatedly we do things. But, like Prabhu said, if we just add one element to it, and what's that? Waking up in the morning. That is the only sacrifice we are doing in Krishna consciousness movement, isn't it? Else it is all fun. Dancing, eating, meeting friends, and everything. It's fun. Bhakti is fun. But the only tapasya or sacrifice is waking up in the morning. And that one thing we are not able to do, isn't it? And that is why it is said, Devi Yeshi Gunmayi Mam Maya Duratya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Taranti. That it is very, very difficult to overcome Maya, because this is Maya. What is Maya? Family life. The first line, Sansara Dava Nara Lida Loka, Prabhupada said, this is family life, this is Maya. That a man or a wife works so hard in the day, at the night only, the family will say, you are so busy, let's chit chat. Night only they will gossip, night only the movies will start, night only there will be calls from the relatives and cousins. This is illusion. This is how Maya traps, and we think that we are bonding, family time. Bonding, but that is not bonding, that is Maya actually. Because that was the time for you to sleep, wake up in the morning. Just Prabhupada said, millions of life we have danced for Maya, millions of life we have given to Maya. With tears, he would say that one life gift to Krishna. How difficult is it? That one life you wake up for Krishna. We have been waking up to Maya for millions of lifetimes. For instance, if someone got a jackpot here, 1 million euros, and your flight is at 4 a.m. in the morning, you will wake up no matter what. Isn't it? You will wake up for that flight, 4 a.m. in the morning. So, Krishna is a greater jackpot. It's just that we don't realize it. To end the miseries of 8.4 million species of this birth and death in just one lifetime, giving your 50 years to Krishna, isn't that a jackpot? What can be a better deal, a better bargain than this? Because there is no guarantee after I die and I have not finished my spiritual duties. There is no guarantee how many more lifetimes I need to take. It could be hundreds of thousands of lifetimes. But here just one life, 50 years, I am giving. That to not 100 years, because Krishna knows that we can't do this. So he is giving concession in that also. Today only in the morning program I was discussing this. That Krishna is giving us all the flexibility, all the hints that he wants us back. Prabhupada said that Krishna is more eager that we go back to him than we are. Because no father wants their son to be rotting. The son may be, what we say, but that is in English?
Mischievous.
Not mischievous. Who does not obeys? Stubborn, disobedient, yeah. So the son may be disobedient, and the father knows that if he drinks too much of alcohol, that is going to affect his liver. If he smokes too much, he's going to affect his lungs. If he's going to just throw away money in gambling, he's going to be a poor person in his life. But the father can't do anything because the son is too stubborn. But still, father is a father. After all, the father loves the child, or the mother loves the child. So they are crying in their houses that may someone save my child from this pathetic material condition. That is what Krishna does for us. He cries, he's God, he's happy. But in the Brihad Bhagavatam it says, Asmin Asmin Yehe Heva, Krishna says that Tab Ashayat Ityashayat Atyante. So he says that lifetime after lifetime, 3:31:21 Bhagavatam says that every time we are born, we promise Krishna. So in the 9th month that we are about to come outside from the womb of our mother, we promise Krishna every time that Krishna, this is going to be my last birth. I am going to give this life to you. And Krishna starts dancing. So Krishna starts dancing that, oh, just one more lifetime. Yes, one more lifetime. And again, as we are born, the Maya comes in the form of our relatives, in the form of alcohol, women, men, sports car, gambling, casinos, and then we completely forget. We die. Again, we are in the womb in a pathetic condition. Punarati janamam, punarati maranam, punarati janani jathare shayana. Iha samsare bahu dushtari, kripaya pare pahe murare. Shripad Shankaracharya writes, Bhaja Govinda Mudamate. He says that it's not very good condition, upside down, in isolation. In Corona time, we got to see a gist. When we were not about to go outside, people had so much of depression, anxiety. You have everything in the world. You have food, you have money, you can roam about inside your house, but still people were depressed for those 2 years, isn't it? That we cannot go outside. Just imagine that condition for 9 months inside the womb of a mother, where you are upside down with no light. There are worms inside the body who eat you, insects, worms. They are biting you inside the womb of a mother. You cannot breathe properly. You cannot eat what you are supposed to eat. In this pathetic condition, you come out and you say to Krishna, may this be my life, last life. I am coming back to you. But again, what you do? You cheat Krishna. So he cries. He actually cries. He says that like a fool, every time you made a promise, I used to jump and dance in ecstasy that this is going to be his last life. But you cheat. Every time you did the same with me. So he is more eager, the father is more eager that the child should get rid of his bad habits and return home. Right? Because the father knows what's good and what's not. But all we need to do is that we have to give one lifetime to Krishna. This is what this Hare Krishna movement is all about. That reaching out to the souls who have made this promise to Krishna and have forgotten that promise. Why? Because of Maya. This illusion makes us forget that promise actually. So, this is the expansion, Prabhu, that if we just do this Mangal Aarti along with our 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles, then this is guaranteed that we are going back to God in just one lifetime. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful lecture. At least it's an eye-opener for me to at least why we should attend Mangala Arati. I don't have any question particular to this Mangala Arati, but I do have one generic question. Like, why we consider onion and garlic as non-sattric food? And let's say we are taking any herbal medicine, if it is having garlic, so are we allowed to take that if we are following Islam principle?
Okay, very nice question, Prabhu. Now, let's understand from the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Krishna says, so the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga, where he explains about action. What action is, what inaction is. And he says there are three kinds of action: sakarma, vikarma, and akarma. Anything that we do good is called sakarma, and that gives us a good result. You do something good for someone, something good will come to you. Vikarma is bad. You do something bad, bad is going to come to you. And the third is akarma. Akarma is you do something and that will give you neither positive neither negative result. Now we are in this material world because we have baggage of karma with us. And until that slate is wiped clean, we cannot go back to Krishna. Right? If we do sakarma or vikarma, then we will have additions to that baggage of karma. We want it to be reduced. So we have to do akarma. What is akarma? That is bhakti. Bhakti means that whatever we do in our life, every day, we offer it to Krishna. Everything. And that is why when we wake up in the Brahma Muhurt and we do Mangal Aarti, we are offering our day to Krishna. That whatever we are doing this day, that is an offering to you. So what Krishna does is, he takes away all the sins of all the action of a particular day. That is why waking up in the morning, doing Mangalarti and completing our 16 rounds before we go to work is a statement that I offer this day to you, Krishna. This much is clear, right? Because we have to clean that slate, zero. Now, anything that we eat, again has to be offered to Krishna. If we don't offer it to Krishna, then it has a result, positive or negative. Because if the argument is that animals have life and killing animals is violence, plants do have life. So killing and eating plants will also give you bad results, right? But let's try to understand. A soldier kills another soldier during a war, and the soldier gets a medal. He gets an award by the government for killing someone. The same soldier comes on holiday and kills a civilian. That soldier will go to jail or even be hanged. Now, the activity is same, isn't it? What is the activity? Killing. You are killing in a war, you get a gold medal. You are killing in a non-war zone and you get hanged or sentenced. Right? So similarly, when we eat meat, that has a result, a negative result, like being hanged or being imprisoned. But the same thing goes for eating veg, because it also has life. What to do then? When we offer it to Krishna, Krishna takes away all the sins, and then Krishna gives his love in that, and then we do. And why do we believe that? Because it is scriptures. The scripture says, and we have to believe that, right? So this is why we have to offer. And because onion and garlic is in the mode of ignorance, you will never see any temple in the world, ISKCON, non-ISKCON, Vaishnava Sampradaya, non-Vaishnava Sampradaya. No one would ever offer onion and garlic to Krishna as an offering. Why? Because it is mode of ignorance. And the second thing, this is one explanation. The second explanation is, because our aim is fixed, we have to go back to Krishna. For that, we have to transcend from mode of ignorance to mode of passion, from mode of passion to mode of goodness, and beyond mode of goodness, that is transcendental mode. If we are eating something that is in particular mode, that is mode of ignorance, we will never be able to transcend to goodness and beyond. So that is also checking our progress. So these two are the reasons. That is why we should avoid onion and garlic. And when it even comes for medicine, still we have to avoid it, because there are alternatives. The manufacturer, he is more intelligent than us, so he knows how to give protection to his subjects. So definitely there will be alternative that can be used. So yes, in all the circumstances, onion and garlic has to be avoided. Haribol. Yes, please.
You mentioned that to understand scripture, you need to have a relationship with it. Could you please expand on that?
What?
Sorry. To understand scripture, you need to have a relationship with it.
No, not with the subject matter of the scripture and you. For instance, Bhagavatam, the subject matter is Krishna. So what is the relationship between Krishna and you? Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter is Krishna. The relationship between you and Krishna, what is the relationship? Mama vanche jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Manashasthani indrani prakritisthani karshati. 15:7 Bhagavad Gita. Where Krishna says, 15:6 or 7? 7, yeah. Where Krishna says that you all are my part and parcel. So when you have a one-on-one relationship with someone, then only you will be able to relish. For instance, in the glorification of Guru Maharaj, I said that it was a bit difficult for me to understand Bhagavatam, but after he went back to Nitya Leela, and then when I'm hearing about him, because I had a one-on-one relation with my Guru, so I could now understand. Then when the devotees are glorified in Bhagavatam, like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, because I did not relate with them, it was difficult, but now because I relate with my Guru Maharaj, I can understand that bhav, that glorification. So this is the relationship between Krishna and me. So this is what, when we read any scripture, there has to be a relationship. Then only you will be able to relish that. Yeah?
Yes, one more thing. You mentioned 3 words, Prabhuji, that we need to, for understanding this.
Sambandh, Abhidhe and Prayojan. We will discuss that.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes, Mataji.
What are the basic rules or basic things we should follow for every Ekadashi?
Right. So,
And one more question. Is Nirjala up to 12 o'clock usually mandatory or it's like an option?
Okay.
While Ekadashi?
Yeah, good question, Mataji. So, Ekadashi, as in the beginning of the lecture I already explained, comes twice every month, and it is the 11th day from the waxing and the waning of the moon. From Amavasya and Purnima, the 11th day is called Ekadashi. Two significance. From the material point of view, we give our body rest. We are eating and we are so busy with our life that we forget to fast. And as per scientific research, it is said that at least twice a month you must fast. 2008 or 10, I think 2 Germans got Nobel Prize for this. And our ancestors have been following this for thousands of years. So they had to receive Nobel Prize for us to open our eyes that we should follow Ekadashi. Now, from a spiritual point of view, Ekadashi Vrat or Upavas, the meaning of Upavas means, Upa means up and Vas means to recite. That means to recite with Krishna mentally on that day. So the rules of Ekadashi are, the first thing is that we have to be completely absorbed in Krishna. That is why Prabhupada said, every day we chant 16 rounds, for Ekadashi minimum 25 rounds. Why? Because you dedicate your day to Krishna. That is the first thing. Second thing is that Lord Krishna is very merciful, extremely merciful, and he gives place to everyone. Everyone has a place in his kingdom. So this pap or sin personified person, he comes to Krishna and he says that you have given place to everyone in your kingdom. What about me? Where can I reside? So Krishna said you can reside in grains on Ekadashi. So twice a month you can reside in the grains. So whoever eat grains on Ekadashi are eating sin. So that is why we have to avoid any form of grain. Only milk products, and then there are few items like fruits can be consumed on Ekadashi. So again, the first thing applies that materially also you are checking your body not to overeat, because that is going to keep your body in equilibrium. And spiritually you are absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, and at the same time you are avoiding all the sin. Now coming to the question of doing Nirjal means without water till 12. So it's personal choice. There are different kinds of Ekadashi Vrat. The first is that you eat. Let's begin from the other end. The first is that you don't eat or drink anything, Nirjal. That is the ideal Ekadashi. All the 24 without drinking. And many devotees do that, follow that. Second is, if you cannot do that, then you at least just drink water for 24 hours. Third is, if you cannot even sustain that, you have office work and something, so you take fruits along with water. The fourth is that if it's like heavy meetings and everything, then you go for the prasadam that we anyways are going to have without any hard labor. So these are the 4 type of things that you, but the ideal is no water, nothing, nirjal. Yeah. And then the next one, the next Ekadashi on the 17th of June is Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi. So anyways, we are not going to eat or drink in that day. Yeah. So it's compulsory for that, but other than that, we have a choice. Yeah. Yes.
2 points. Mentioned about that.
Yeah.
In ISKCON, we know that onions and alika are humans, and we don't need to be medicated
Yeah.
to be a member of ISKCON. And the other one, this is going to annoy a lot of people in this room. When you visit anybody or you come to a temple, just bring one apple, one banana. Prabhupada says that in the book.
Yeah.
Just take something and get.
Yeah. So what Prabhuji is saying, two things, that because he was a doctor, he's retired, so he knows that there are alternatives to onion and garlic, so it's not hard and fast rule that you have to take onion and garlic, there's always a way around. And the second thing, what he's suggesting is that as per Vaishnava etiquette, we should bring at least something for the deities whenever we are visiting temple. So that's like when we go to someone's house. So as a mark of respect, we get at least, as per our capacity, any small thing. So that's what I think you are requesting, yeah. So if possible, I mean, it's not like a mandatory thing, but just as a mark of respect, if you can, then it would be good. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
One more question related to the Ekadashi.
Yes,
So,
Prabhu.
from scripture wise, what is the significance, like why we say we should chant 25 rounds on Ekadashi?
Okay, so there is a very beautiful pastime. Once there was a demon by the name Mura, and there was a big fight between Lord Krishna and Mura. And Lord Krishna was trying to kill, and this Mura was extremely powerful, very powerful. So Lord Krishna tried. Now understand, this is a pastime. This does not mean that Krishna could not have killed. When Lord Ram took the help of the monkeys, the army, it does not mean that he could not have killed Ravan. He just employs his devotees in his service. So Krishna is doing pastime. He's trying to kill Mura and Mura was not able to kill. Krishna was extremely tired. After fighting for many hours, he goes to sleep, Krishna. But he hides and sleeps inside a cave. This Mura gets to know, the demon gets to know that Krishna is hiding inside this cave and sleeping. So he goes, and as he's about to kill Krishna, there is a beautiful lady, woman that comes from the body of Krishna, and with a sword in her hand, she kills Mura with one strike. And when the body of Mura falls on the ground, Krishna wakes up because of the thudding voice. And then Krishna asks, what happened? She said, Mura is dead. Who are you? He asked that lady, who are you? And with folded hands she says, I am your Ekadasi. Ek means one and Dasi means servitors, your servant. And that is how the name comes, Ekadashi, Ekadasi. Now the significances of Ekadashi Vrat is that, again, for the sake of pastime, Krishna is showing here that the things even Krishna cannot do, Ekadashi Devi can do. It means that going back to Godhead, or the bhakti that we are running after, so like we are running after bhakti, we want prem, we want love for Krishna. It is so difficult. Even Krishna is not able to give us. But if we surrender to Ekadashi Devi, meaning if we please her by doing more sadhana on this particular day, she will do what even Krishna can't do, that is giving Krishna prem easily. So hope that is clear. Yeah? Very good. Any other question?
One more point.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's a good answer.
No, you can go ahead.
Prabhupada said that if you want to eat meat,
Mm-hmm.
you can do so.
Mm-hmm.
But wait until the animal dies. To not eating meat.
Yeah.
He said you can't, but wait until it. And he also said that ISKCON can supply the whole world with meat products from the animal that dies. He said that, but people don't want to take that up.
So just clarification on that Prabhupada was not advocating meat eating, but he says that because this custom of meat eating is so prevalent in the Western world, and unfortunately now in India as well, that people cannot live without eating meat. So for such people who it's like addiction, Like a person is so much addicted to drugs, even if you slap them or kill them, they cannot get rid of that addiction. So there are some unfortunate souls who cannot live without meat eating. Now what to do for them? So only for that category, Prabhupada said that, okay, even if you want, you cannot give up. You have tried your best. So at least wait until the animal dies, rather than cruelly killing the animal. So that is not. And the second thing he said that, eat meat but preach. Meaning that even if you do that, do something good for the society by giving them the spiritual knowledge, the science about Krishna. At least do that. If you cannot get rid of one bad habit, cultivate one good spiritual habit in you. So he was really practical. This whole spiritual life, Krishna consciousness, is extremely practical. It's like progression. No one is asking you from 0 to chant 64 rounds from day 2. No. Slowly you build up. 1 round, 2 round, you come in the association of the devotees, come to the platform of 16, then come to the platform of rising in the morning, doing Mangal Arti, then after that you take initiation, a guru, and then you progress with your spiritual life. So it's not like just come and next day you are expected to be in dhoti, kurta, tilak or sari and just be the best devotees. No, take your time, but progress. This is Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Any other question?
Is there any way we can know that Lord has accepted our prasadam? Like you told, when we are offering plants even, Lord Krishna, He is taking sins out of that because we have killed the plants and we have taken out the life and we are consuming that. So as a result, when we are offering that that food to the Lord Krishna, He will take out all sins, and in exchange of that, He will put His blessing and His love. So is there any way we can know that this process has completed? Or the second question is that, can we offer food in the front of deities only? Or if we are traveling somewhere, we don't have the deities, can we do to our mind itself? Or we need a photo also?
Okay. Yeah, good question, Prabhu. So the first question, I'll answer that first. The question is that how do we know that Krishna or Jagannath has accepted? So I'll start with Jagannath Puri. So last year in Snan Yatra, I already told this, that when they offer, so they do Achaman and there is water. And if the reflection comes, that means that Jagannath has accepted. Only once it happened that it did not come. And there was a whole meeting around it. What went wrong? Right? So Jagannath mercifully just loves to eat. He accepts. Other than that, how do we know? It's difficult, but the devotees who are extremely exalted and very, very advanced. For instance, I heard this, that there's a devotee who chants 192 rounds every day. 192. And he was asked the same question. He said that I immediately get to know if this food has been accepted by Krishna or not, because when I eat food, let's say some grihastha has invited me, I go and I eat food, and the instant feeling I get after eating, if I become disturbed, it means that it has not been offered properly or cooked properly. But if I am calm and quiet and when I sit to chant again and I'm chanting it very nicely, then I get to know that that food has been properly accepted and offered. So that is for the exalted devotees. But for us, the only thing that we do is we can just give it out of love and affection. That's only we can. And then the second thing is that for instance, I gave the example, if Prabhuji eats gulab jamun, he would know. So the satisfaction you get after you cook for Krishna and you offer it, there is a kind of satisfaction, mental satisfaction you get, and when others eat, they are happy. And they are not doing prajalpa, they are actually chanting and eating and understanding all these things. That means he is accepted, right? So that is the first part. Now second is when you are traveling, at that time, yes, you cannot carry your deities all the time. So in that case, if you have a photo, you can keep the photo and then you can offer. And if you don't even have the photo, you can mentally offer. Using the pranam mantra, you can do, or Om Vishnave Namah, you can chant 12 times and then you can offer. Even Hare Krishna mantra, Maha mantra 12 times and then you can. That is not recommended, but it's like an emergency situation. Then you can do that. Like you are traveling in a flight, you cannot have your deities open at that time, right? You cannot even have the photo frame because everything is in the cabin. So that you can mentally offered, and then you can have that. Okay?
Or you can use your phone.
Phone for photo.
Yeah, everyone carries their phone.
One more
Yes,
question.
Please, go ahead, Martha.
If we have GT at home and very recently we have started giving hope, how long should the food be kept in front of the TV and then take it back and put it in the common khana so
Yeah.
that everything becomes prasad?
Right.
So is there any specific time?
It is, yes, right. So it's for the beginners, and it's good for everyone to know. That's a nice question. So it's said that you have to keep the food between 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? And the first 10 minutes, the food is offered to the deities for the Lord. And then the next minutes that is remaining, the same food goes as prasad to the demigods. 3 minutes. And then the next 2 minutes, it goes as prasad of God and demigods to your ancestors. Yeah. So the recommendation is possible 15 minutes, but it's a very busy life. People have to rush to offices. So at least it is recommended that you keep the offering for 10 to 12 minutes. And then only you take out. Yeah. Any other question?
We have a normal procedure of offering food as then it will become prasad. I know 3 processes. First is what we pray, chant all the mantras. Then other one is if we don't know that, then we can chant Mahamantra 12 times. And if we don't have that much time, we can say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu 3 times. Our food is offered. Is it all the 3 processes correct or?
Yeah, so we have to focus on the first one actually.
First one.
Don't advocate the second and third. Only in case of very neophyte devotees, if they don't know the pranam mantra of Prabhupada, and if they don't know, then we go for the second and third. Yeah, and in case of emergency, but it's generally you have to recite the food, and that is a habit that we should form. Yeah? Any other question? Yeah.
How is like karma, whether it is good or bad, related to information?
So, only one who has enough sukruti, they will come in contact with the devotees. So, bhakti actually has nothing to do with our past good or bad karma. Okay? Bhakti is not even a part of our astrology. Bhakti only comes by the mercy of a devotee, of a Vaishnava. For instance, when Jagannath goes out in Rath Yatra, and if anyone sees, or yena kena prakarein, someone just comes and eats Mahaprasad, right? So that is how they will get bhakti in their next life. So it has nothing to do with your positive and negative karma. But your positive karma is going to give you sukruti. Sukruti means that the good pot is being filled. And when that is filled, that will determine that you will progress towards the sadhus. You will go towards the sadhu sangha, association. So that is one factor that can affect, not directly but indirectly. Because you did good, you got the associate. For instance, there are so many devotees who are not initiated, or there are so many devotees whose, let's say, spouse is initiated, or Prabhuji is meat eating, but the wife is very pious lady, and then she calls sannyasi in the house, or then she calls devotees in the house for satsang and everything. So because this Prabhuji, the person, he is associated with the wife, that is why he will also get agyat sukruti, right? And slowly there will be progression towards bhakti. But because he had enough sukruti, that is why he got married to that lady. Understood? So not directly but indirectly that is going to affect and progress you in bhakti. Clear? Yes.
Sorry, why do you practice vegetarianism?
Vegetarian? No, we are not vegans. We are not even vegetarians. We follow sattvic diet. It's sattvic. It's beyond vegetarian and vegan. So vegan is when you don't eat milk products. Vegetarian is where you take plants. But you take mushroom, you take onion, you take garlic, and there are so many things. But sattvic is that there are certain, it's a part of vegetarian food, but then there are certain restrictions. And the reason is that the goal of our life is that we control our mind. When we chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so the meaning of mantra in Sanskrit is mantrai iti mantra. Man means mind. Trai means that controls the mind. Something that controls your mind is called mantra, and that is what we do throughout our life. This Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant this. Why? To calm down our mind. And along with this, let's say you go to a doctor, you are not well, you have some problem. You go to a doctor, the doctor is going to give you a medicine, but along with the medicine, he is going to give you some do's and don'ts. That if you drink bad water with this medicine, you are going to fall sick again. Or if you eat something that is cold, let's say yogurt, so it will affect your throat. So there are don'ts. So similarly, when we are in the process to control our mind using this Maha Mantra, there are certain do's and don'ts. And the don't is that don't eat anything that is provocative. So like meat, it is provocating. The anger issues that we have, the disturbance, the anxiety, depression, everything, it is said you are what you eat. So the plants, they are very calm and composed, if you see. So that is why first thing it is plant-based diet. And the second is even that diet, we offer it first to Krishna, to God. Because you are still killing the plants. Plants even have life. So you are killing the plants. I just discussed, I think you just came late. Yes. So yeah, even plants have life. So in order to mitigate that act of killing, we first offer it to Krishna. And it becomes sattvic. So the vegetarian food becomes sattvic and then we take it. So this is why we eat. Okay? Okay.
They used to sell a mushroom soup. And I saw one very senior devotee in this was taking mushroom soup. And I told him that he shouldn't be taking mushroom soup because it's half animal, half plant. And immediately they stopped giving out serving mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Half animal, half plant.
Right.
Didn't realize it.
Yeah. For the devotees, we are not supposed to consume mushroom because it also comes in the animal kingdom. Yeah.
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms, yeah. It's wild plant.
Yeah.
What is the plant?
It's kind of fungus.
It's half animal, half plant.
It's half animal, half plant.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Right. So we don't consume that.
So
We don't.
one way is that we know if our food is accepted or not. Like what I observe, it becomes tastier.
Yeah. You can say that. Like if you cannot cook, and all of a sudden you cook something and everyone is saying, great from the bottom of their hearts. Yes, Radharani accepted it.
This is what I felt that it becomes tastier.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Prabhuji, could you please explain what is the role of Like last time I asked regarding their
Okay, so that is specific for Mataji's and maybe you can discuss separately. But same question was asked and like 5 minutes back I gave the answer. So just understand two things, that Ekadashi is mainly for us to stop everything that we are doing materially and take out 2 days at least a month to connect with Krishna. Upavas means that you connect with Krishna, and that is why we chant more. We of course eat less, we sleep less. Why? Because more time is dedicated to Krishna. So that is the do's. And then if we just focus on the do's, the don'ts don't matter much. But yeah, like cutting nails, trimming beard and washing your hair, all these things, the logic behind is that don't waste too much time on grooming of your body, at least twice a month. So 2 times a month you can give it completely to Krishna. So that is the logic behind it. Okay?
Prabhuji, regarding women washing hair, there is a contradiction because my mother-in-law and my dadi used to say, Ekadashi ke din baal dhona hi chahiye. Yeah, that is it. Because that is like, you are becoming more Shuddh. or something like that was the idea behind it.
Okay,
So
so
एकादशी पे औरतों का बाल धोना जरूरी था है I don't know
Local tradition.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so place to place, the local tradition changes. Yeah, if you go to the eastern part of India, they'll have their own. They'll have their own tradition. Yeah, there's some slight change. The basic things remain same. Like I said, the focus on the Jews. Every part, Assam or Australia or Mauritius, it will be same. Chant 24 or 25 rounds to Mangal Aarti. So that's the only thing we need to focus. Yeah.
Probably, like first the significant why they have recommendation only for 25 rounds. Generally, those, but
Yeah.
why 25 exact to the 25? What's the significance?
So actually we are supposed to chant 64 rounds. But because we are working and Prabhupada can understand our pain, that these are working professionals and these people are specifically of Kali Yuga. Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Upadrata 110 Bhagavata. That these people are not up to the mark actually. We are all fools. So that is why I said rather than chanting 64 at least chant 25. That is more than 16. Because the disciples said, Prabhupada, we cannot chant 64. Okay, you chant 32. We cannot chant 32 because it takes 4 hours. So okay, 16 and that's it. You can't go below 16. Because they already said we can't chant 32. 16 is minimum. So something between that. 25. I mean, I'm just assuming this might be the logic of Prabhupada. That 32 these people cannot do. 16, I don't want them to just stick on 16. So let's bring up the bar. But we should chant 64 on Ekadashis. If we can. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Suppose Ekadashi is on a weekend like today. So then why can't we not do 64 rounds then?
Of course. Haribol. We should. That's what I'm saying. That if we can, we should chant more and more. And why 64? 192. Right? So don't stop. Lose the count after 64. Just keep on chanting. That is the whole point of Ekadashi. Don't eat, don't sleep. Twice a month connect with Krishna. And like Prabhuji asked the question, why? What's the significance? Because Ekadashi can do what even Krishna cannot. For the sake of Leela, she will give us Krishna. Krishna cannot give Krishna, but Ekadashi can give us Krishna. Right? Yeah.
So Prabhuji, one more question. Very recently I read somewhere for any mantra to be giving results and to be effective, the pronunciation has to be proper. And what specifically was mentioned in that regarding Hare Krishna Mahamantra was, it's not Krishna and Rama, it's Krishna and Ram. So how do you, I mean, would you like to say something about that, or it's because basically adding A is for the Westerners and the real word is Krishna and Ram.
Yeah.
So they say the jitna pronunciation proper rahega, you will get to see the results.
We
better
discussed this
while
yesterday in our morning program, do you know? Yesterday the same thing. Yeah, you were not there. Kamindra Mataji might be there. The same thing we discussed. Krishna is the name of Draupadi. So if we say Hare Krishna, Draupadi will be standing with Arti Thali when we go back, and not Krishna. Because it's Krishna,
Yeah, Krishna.
right?
Yeah.
It's not Rama,
Ram.
it's Ram. But Chaitanya Bhagavat 1:11-108, this is the exact verse, where there is a term Bhav Grahi Janardhana. That Krishna, he takes our bhav. For instance, I cannot cook, but I have a bhav that I want to cook. So even if there is no salt and I use sugar in place of salt, Krishna is going to take it. We know the story of Karma Bai. So Karma Bai used to wake up in the morning, she would not take bath, she was old lady, elderly lady, and she would cook khichdi for Krishna every day 3 a.m. for Jagannath, and Jagannath would leave everything and come to eat the khichdi of Karma Bai. And then the pujari got to know that why is he late? When we open the altar, sometimes he is late and sometimes there is khichdi on his clothes. What's going on? So one day they got to know that he goes to an old lady and she feeds him khichdi. So the pujari hid and he saw that this lady wakes up, does not take bath, does not brush her teeth, straight away rushes to the kitchen and prepares khichdi. And what's more shocking is, look at this Jagannath. We are feeding him chappan bhog like a king, and he is going and eating khichdi every day in the morning. So after Jagannath goes back, the priest scolds Karmabai that, are you stupid? Are you fool? Do you know who he is? He is Jagannath. How dare you prepare like this? Do you have some etiquettes? So then next day, Karmabai, she was very simple lady. So next day she wakes up and she goes for bathing and everything, and it gets a bit late. And Jagannath is waiting, when is the khichdi coming? When is the khichdi coming? And Jagannath eats the khichdi very hot, and he has his tongue burned and everything. And then the pujari gets to know this, and Jagannath becomes angry that I had this devotee, out of so much love she used to feed me every day. Who are you to go and tell us what is the rules and what is regulations? How dare you? And then he goes and he just surrenders onto the feet of Karmabai, saying that I made a huge mistake, because Jagannath or Krishna is he's the bhavgrahi. When we give him rasgulla, he is not waiting for, his eyes will not become big on pizza and burger, right? He eats our bhav. He does not eat pizza, burger or gulab jamun. The bhav that we instill when we are cooking, he takes that. For instance, we have discussed this many times. There are certain regions of the world where people cannot pronounce ra. So rather than Krishna, they say Krishna. They cannot say Ram, they will say Lam. Yeah.
Chinese and Japanese.
We should not name, but anyways, okay. So Hale Krishna, Hale Lama. So this is what they say. Now it does not mean that they will not go back to Krishna. If they are following everything religiously as per Prabhupada, Krishna will accept them, isn't it? But yeah, coming back to the point, if we know and if we can, then we should. Yeah, right. So that is the point, we should. But again, don't discourage anyone who is saying Rama or Krishna, it's fine. We should not be going and correcting. Sitting here, I can announce that yeah, it is Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Even I can tell you one more thing. Less than 1% population of the entire universe can pronounce Krishna. Even we cannot pronounce Krishna. Kra, Ri, Sha, Shadkor, Sha and Ra. Krishna. Even this I cannot pronounce properly. So even if you say Krishna and not Krishna, there is no guarantee of pronouncing it properly. Because it's Krishna, he is God. You think it's so easy to pronounce his name. Right? It's not easy. That is why he takes the bhav. Whatever love and devotion we can give him.
So, as you mentioned, Krishna needs bhav. So, for the puja and everything. So, like sometimes I feel like I feel confused. So, can we chant before taking the bath in the morning or not? Like that. This question comes to my mind several times.
Very nice question again. So the rule is that if you have cleared your stomach, okay, then it is mandatory that you take a bath. Okay, that is the first thing. Second is that when someone gets initiated, they get the tulsi beads. So on tulsi beads, it is mandatory that you take bath, you freshen yourself, and then only. But before we get initiated, we chant on different wood like neem, rose. So on that, if you have not cleared your stomach, you can wake up in the morning and then you can chant. But that is the rule. Okay? Yeah, very good. Maybe we have time?
If there is more question, you can ask personally.
Yeah.
We will go for next part of the program.
Right. So we'll wrap up here. Thank you everyone for joining us this Ekadashi. Now it's Gaurarti, then Prashad. Very good.
That's very good. Very good. Thanks to Prabhuji for his class. Let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together. Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So we would like to welcome you all for our weekly Sunday office program. We would like to thank our sponsors for today's prasad. So let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for internal blessings on the day of Ekadashi. And pray to Panchatattva and they all will get blessings from them. So I would like to name Purvi Mataji, and one Mataji and one Prabhuji for today's prasad. So we can come in, and we all can stand, we can come in. Let's chant Hare Krishna mantra together. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Now, we are in Gaurati, Kirtan, and then Prasad in the restaurant. Hare
Hiv Jayo Jayo Gora Chande Arati Krishna Hiv Jayo
विभवहु कोटि चंद्रजीवी बदलाऊ
Hare
सभी लोग झुक के प्रणाम करेंगे. Everyone can go down for obeisances. जय ओम विष्णु परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. ISKCON founder Acharya, PPD founder Acharya, Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki, Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ji Maharaj ki, Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki, Sri Chak Goswami Vrind ki, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki, Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki, Prem se Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakt Vrind ki, Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai ki, महारानी की, ब्रज क्षेत्र श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री राधा कृष्ण गोविंद श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, श्री नवदीप क्षेत्र मायापुर धाम की, श्री शंकर क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री द्वारिकापुरी धाम की, श्री अयोध्यापुरी धाम की, श्री राधा गोविंद भगवान की, श्री पंचतत्व भगवान की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Now we will be having Narsingh Aarti. Before that, all those who are in Prasadam serving service, they can go down in the restaurant. All the volunteers for Prasadam serving, they can go down in the restaurant for arranging prasad for all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
rounds for national prayers and then we will go down for the Please be seated for 5 more minutes, then you can go down in the restaurant for prasad.
Namaste Namaste
Namaste Narasimhaya. Para
विठलाल महाराज की जय, गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद की।
Thank you, Yash Prabhu and Kaushal Prabhu, for singing the artis.
Now we can go in the restaurant on ground floor for having prasad. As today is Ekadashi, so we are distributing Ekadashi prasad. So those who are fasting and not fasting, both of the devotees can honor the prasad. Just one thing, we need to be careful for creating the mess. We should not create any mess or we should not leave our plates or glasses here and there in the restaurant, because it's a part of temple and we have to give back restaurant to the restaurant staff as it is tomorrow. So we have to maintain the cleanliness. Help us in maintaining that. Hare Krishna.
No wasting food.